Yo, King of the Pit TV, there's ROCKSTEADY signing in. We are King of the Pit TV tonight, alright? As we're listening to Testament. Practice What You Preach is the record. It's devoted to my friend Extreme Aggression, who recommended this over on the Patreon. What more do we need to say? We've got 10 tracks on this record. It should be a nice, easy listen, judging by, the material we got on here. Let's jump in. We're not here to judge music videos, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 videos on this, which is quite surprising for a metal band. Let's go. Straight into it. Listen to that bass tone. High end on it. I hate to say it because, we've all heard it before, but it's very Metallica, that, isn't it? That vocal line. Bunter Hayden says, it's incredible that they actually recorded this album live in one take in the studio. It's effectively a live album. Someone says from the Wiki page, reportedly recorded live in a studio. This was the band's last album to be produced by Alex Perialis, and the production values can be loosely compared to Flotsam and Jetsam's 1990 album, When the Storm Comes Down, which was also produced by Perialis and recorded shortly after the release of Practice What You Preach. Some riffs. I know we're going to have plenty of riffs on this record, eh? You know what, with these bands like Testament and Exodus and so on and so forth, I do wonder, because it's a different generation to me and it's a different place. It's American, isn't it? So these metal bands heavily base themselves within Christian theology and quote and brand themselves after biblical terms and phrases and writings and so forth. To what depth do these metal bands actually, know of the Bible and Christianity? I mean, it's a big religion, so it's pretty hard to avoid. But coming from England, which, you would hope was a predominantly Christian country, you'd hope that, right? But these bands that pop up, I don't know no one who's like I said, it's a different generation, it's a different place. I know America probably a little more Christian heavy, a little more fanatical, but I don't know many people who have even read the Bible or even touched the Bible. White English men, you know? So it's fascinating how all of these bands, all these metal bands, are so infused in the branding of Christian terminology and whatnot. It's bizarre to me, you know? What's also quite funny is how metal the Bible actually is, given that it's influenced some of the best metal bands, or at least it's left its mark on the best metal bands through the band's name and the band's song titles and so forth. Solid rock. $1989. Very cool, very cool. Let me just tell you one thing whilst we're here, people. In the related videos, you'll see Tied Down TV. They have got Tied Down TV episode 85, top 5 thrash metal albums. If you like music, check that out. They're UK bunch of dudes who are into hardcore and punk and stuff and have served their time in the community. Please leave a comment. Say I recommended you over there. All right. Great videos. They do, like, they're avid record collectors and so forth. So if you like music from the niche to the mainstream when it comes to punk and metal music, I really do recommend that channel. Very entertaining, good couple. And on that top 5 thrash metal albums, there was a good discussion in relation to speed and mid-tempo thrash and so forth. And it raised space for discussion on this video when I tell you that's a very mid-tempo tune, not a slow mid-tempo but an upbeat mid-tempo, and I like that in my music. But when it's incredibly consistent, when there's no fast, there's no contrast, there's no impact, There's no separation, polarization of such. So there's a lot of these mid-tempo thrash metal bands out there, and to be honest, I'd rather have a fully mid-tempo thrash band than a high-speed 24/7 thrash band, you know, because I do like a mosh riff, I like a two bomb, I like a little shindig riff, but you know, when a band is completely mid-tempo and focuses and emphasizes on songwriting, like writing good songs, it sort of rids of the colour of the band, you know. It becomes very monotone in my opinion, so a good balance with thrash is always good. Anyway, moving on, that was Practice What You Preach, good riffs, that set the tone. I'm looking forward to what's coming next, because I know there's going to be some bloody good riffage coming on next. This is what this band's about, let's be fair. If this was my introduction to Testament, I'd say it's riffs. Perilous Nation coming up next. Yes, now bless now people, don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to Testament tonight. Practice What You Preach is the album. Perilous Nation is track number 2 of 10. Hey, let's just jump in, shall we? There's some high end on this bass on this record. What have we got depicted on the cover? So following on from the biblical reference, we've got Testament first and foremost, then we've got Practice What You Preach, right? Which is a, what would you call that? I've forgotten the term for it. But have we got a symbol of man being formed from dust, from ashes to ashes, dust to dust upon the front? Which is actually rooted in Judaism. The forming of the golem, right? Talmudic Judaism. I've been learning a lot about theology recently. I've come across a great person's channel. He's called Aaron Ra, and he's an atheist, right? And I don't subscribe to atheism personally, but he's absolutely fantastic in the way he questions and breaks down scripture. Incredibly educated man, and if you like metal, he looks metal as hell. Honestly, the guy looks metal as hell. So ARONRA, Aaron Ra, if you're interested in you know, the esoteric and the religious and whatnot. Come on. Da 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 da. Hooligan riff. Da 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 da. William says, well, everyone else was listening to Metallica and Megadeth back in 89. I was listening to this. 42 replies. Shall we? Let's do it. So, first comment, congrats. Congratulate. What do you want us to say? Are you cool for that, William? William Shepley, me too, brother. Well, I guess I'm weird for liking all three groups, says James, the open-minded individual. Put some respect on James. Yes, the music fan. Average thrash fan. Lol, based on this song, nobody listened to more Metallica and Megadeth than Testament, my dude. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. That's a burial. Someone says, want a medal? Put some respect on the Testament fan base. The Testament fan base are going in on this guy. Put some respect on the Testament fans. This is a declaration of how cool the Testament fans are. They're burying this guy. As opposed to supporting him and elevating him and pedestalizing him for enjoying a band they themselves enjoy. They're saying, fuck this guy. I don't like his character. You can't listen to all of them, or what's this Sleepy Blade? Bruh, I like the Testament fan base. Scott says Metallica and Megadeth fans were listening to Testament also. Thrash says, okay, lol, you can't listen to other bands? Bruh, this is the best thread I've ever read. This is, speaking of Testament, this is a testament to the quality of the Testament fan base. This is really, really good, because they're not just mindless sheep just saying, oh, this person supports something I support. I have to just project myself upon them, considering I see myself in them, and elevate them to the skies above. They're saying, what the fuck does it matter? Like, music is music. We all have a taste, right? King High says, wow, you're such a badass. Oh my god, they're burying the dude. This is the first time I've come across something like this. I did not expect this. We've got a fucking script here. Metal God of Legend says, highly disagree. Testament is not a Metallica clone, and even worse, Megadeth. They're between you and me, Megadeth are corny as hell. Megadeth are corny. Megadeth are the worst of the big four. Megadeth are cringe, mate. Megadeth is the autism of the big four. It's cringe as hell, man. I don't care how good you are at wanking the guitar off. I can't mosh. You got no mosh riffs. Oh, well, listen to Symphony of Destruction, man. It's a great fucking... It's all shit. They're far from being a Megadeth clone. There's no Megadeth in the music we're listening to today, alright? And even if sometimes they remind me of Metallica, especially the New Order... Yeah, they do sound like Metallica, let's be fair. More so the vocal is very Hetfield-esque. Some differences are clear. And no, they aren't a third tier. They're literally one of the best fresh metal bands. I wish they were part of the big four, because Anthrax shouldn't even be compared to these bands. Anthrax are boring. Whereas Megadeth is cringe, Anthrax is boring. That's my opinion so far. Shouldn't even be compared to this band. Slayer is the best band in metal. Like, disregarding the big four, Slayer is probably the best metal band of all. It's not even probable. There's no better metal band than Slayer. But the only reason Testament isn't part of them is because Testament was founded very later. But musically talking, they're near Megadeth and Slayer. Okay, he's elevated Megadeth and Slayer as the well, maybe Metallica exists above and beyond. Literally, Metallica is the best band in metal of all time, right? If we're being objective, right? Successful, marketing, quality, writing per se, very good songwriters. I would say Metallica is the best. Number 2 would be Slipknot, potentially. Sabbath, although are the roots, I don't think touch the echelon of Metallica as far as what they've done for metal. Well, you know, I guess that's debatable. That's quite a controversial statement. It depends on your perspective and where you place it. This thread is provoking good discussion here. It's all opinion, right? Let's keep on moving. Thrash heads dissing on Metallica is so annoying. It sort of increases my liking of Metallica. Ride the Lightning is a fantastic record. I'm trying to think of another Metallica record. And Justice for All, a bit too grey and gritty, that production. Maybe I'm influenced by the album artwork. But Ride the Lightning has an atmosphere, sets a good standard. I like Ride the Lightning. I like the intensity of it as far as the speed is concerned. I just like that record. I think Ride the Lightning might be Metallica's best record, in my opinion. This is a great discussion. Look, man, I love Testament and Sodom and all that, but Metallica will always be my favourite 80s metal band. Bruh! 80s metal. 80s is the era of metal. Who we saying is what's your favourite above and beyond Metallica in the 80s? Some people would say Motley Crue. Some people. Always room for all three and many more. This album was like the Master of Puppets for Testament. And also the New Order was like their Ride the Lightning. You know what? I've seen this album artwork by Testament before. Here, there, and everywhere. So, you know, as far as it being their Master of Puppets, maybe it is because the album artwork is marketed at the very least via metal adjacent content producers. This is my first time listening to it though, still. Brian Conway says if you're a real metalhead, then you'll probably listen to all three. You deserve a free meal coupon, says DJ Paul K. Let's go. But now we're talking about Megadeth. I'm hearing Dave Mustaine in the vocals. This is what metal bands of today, or metal bands appealing to the underground, is missing, right? At least in England, okay? So, this is thrash metal. Thrash metal appeals to the punks just as much as it does to the metalheads, right? It's very, very punk infused, right? I'm not going to tell you why. You should know this if you're a metalhead. And if you don't know, if you are a metalhead, you should look into that and you should look at the influence punk and hardcore has on the music you love so much. But the metal bands we get in the community aren't those that will ever reach stardom because they don't ever include melody like these bands do. These frontmen are coming forth with good songwriting. They're not shouting, screeching, and of course in metal you have to be extreme, you have to be abrasive, you have to be different, but you're not gonna really create space to market to a broader audience without some degree of melody and pop application to the music. It's a sad reality for those who like extreme music, but you don't see one band who is performing at these venues who are applying this, and the ones who do unfortunately end up playing to like 2 people at a shit event with a shit flyer, you know what I mean, a Microsoft Paint flyer, because they're associated with other crap bands. And that's purely down to who they are in the market and what they're aware of. But the bands who are aware of the more intense and extreme and the genuine alternate community, I guess it's like uniform to not write with overt melody because it's not what you're used to, it's not the scene you're in, it's not the music you're into because that's the scene you're representing and why you're attracted to that scene. But to go against the grain and to create melody such as Testament are doing now while still being a flipping hard metal band and appealing to metalheads and rockers of all sorts, that's how you really start making a movement. That's when the label is like, whoa, we need to put some respect on this band because this band has got the potential of making us a lot of money, right? I've just seen 1 year ago, Testament, Demonic is the title of the record. That album artwork looks sickening, mate. In the worst way possible. That album artwork looks shocking. It looks terrible. I'd like to be the rhythm guitarist for Testament. That'd be sick, wouldn't it? Awesome solo. Awesome solo. That was really good. Wow. Wow. Put some respect on Alex Skolnick on the lead guitars here. Very unique playing. Very unique playing. I like that a lot. The lead guitars have been really good. I hate lead guitars. But the lead guitars have been fantastic on this record. Envy Live coming up next. Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget to rest now. There's Rocksteady. Listening to Practice What You Preach by Testament. Track 3 of 10 is entitled Envy Life. This entire listen through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression, who's put us onto this via the Patreon. Let's jump straight in. Come on. Skolnick, one of the best thrash guitarists out there, along with Marty Friedman, says Boo Jane. No! No! Marty Friedman is... Actually, Marty Friedman wasn't purely in Megadeth, was he? Was Marty in... He wasn't in Exodus, was he? Who else was Marty Friedman in? You let me know. You let me know. But as far as like thrash guitarists, it's about the riffs. It's not about the guitar solos. It's not about the guitar solos. Marty Friedman can wank his guitar off all day. I'm not listening to it. But play me a good riff. Play me a good riff and I'll jam. I'll jam out. That's all I'm saying. This is I'm going to start a movement, yeah? With the metalheads, yeah? I'm going to go against the grain. I'm starting an anti-lead guitar movement in metal. Honestly, I'm going to have to make a video upon this. I'm starting a anti-lead guitar movement. We want riffs. No young metalhead goes to an event wanting to stand in a crowd with a bunch of people stood in a crowd watching some egocentric idiot solo all day and night. No! We want to turn up to an event and see the pit. We want to see people pushing, getting involved in the push party, head banging, energy. We're young. We want youthful movement and energy. We don't want, I can't move because I've got a bad back because I'm old as hell and I just want to watch a guitar solo, and if you mosh, I'll look at you like you're a bad person. None of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Nobody wants that. I'm starting an anti-guitar solo movement. Get rid of it. We don't want it no more. We don't want it no more. We want riffs. The people want riffs, and I'm fronting this movement. Wednesday, 27th of August, 2025. That's when I'm making this statement. I am establishing this movement now. I'm going to be at the forefront of this movement. I'm going to have the metalheads booing at every guitar solo they see, and I'm going to redefine the music scene to something that is for the people. For the consumer, for the supporters of the band. Without the supporters, the band would not exist. Let's do this. All right. Let me remind you people, if you're into thrash metal, if you're into thrash metal and you want to enjoy guitar solos and stand there with your arms crossed enjoying the shit, you know better. You know better than those who are into black metal, okay? Remember that. You know better than them boring dudes, alright? I thought you were better than that. Bum bum. Oh my gosh, Petter says, or Peter perhaps, loves Testament, Slayer, brackets old school, Metallica, except only with Udo on vocal. Running Wild, Halloween, brackets, I preferred Kai Hansen. But when he just wanted to, fucking hell, calm down. I want to find some game in here, but what's going on? Of course, Kiss. with Space Ace Frehley on his unmistakable sound. Peter Criss on... Oh, I can't even be arsed. I thought we'd find some flipping good information there. That was Envy Life. It was the weakest of the first 3 songs, but it was good. It was good. It didn't let us down. It didn't let us down, but it wasn't as good as Perilous Nation or Practice What You Preach. Full stop. Time is coming up next. Yes, now bless now people. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Track 4 of 10 on Practice What You Preach is entitled Time is Coming. We're listening to the whole record tonight. Let's jump in, shall we? DJ Paul K says Donald Trump should pay attention to some old school bands like this. Maybe he does, and they are his teachings. You know what? I doubt Donald Trump takes teachings from Testament, in all honesty. Dun. Signs. Okay. Imagine holding a sign that says riot whilst not actually rioting. I cannot stand peaceful protests, man. They're out there literally killing people. The powers that be go to war and literally kill people. And they kill you and your children indirectly through means they don't explain. Through science and manipulations of the food you eat, the water you drink, the clothes you wear, and so on and so forth. Going out there with signs is the most fucking... It is disgusting thing of all time. It's so pointless. Honestly, I hate it. I hate it. Because I'm not one for being trodden on every single day of my life. But the idea that an uprising is just like a bunch of people in the streets with placards, it's like, come on. If the police got the all clear, they'd shoot you to death and get away with it. Like, what good is your cardboard sign, man? Queers for Palestine, you know. Some would say the only revolution is a violent revolution. I don't say that. I don't believe in that, but some would say that, you know. History would say that. I wouldn't say that. Not my words. Big Ben says kick needs more oomph and the guitars and it should be turned up more. Fucking hell. I think the production's fine. Look at this. Hadara69 says, those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it, by George Santayana. Very nice and timely images for this classic track from my teenage youth. America, you had better get a clue what's up before it's too late. Vote blue. Save democracy. No! If you think voting left or right or blue or red or up or down makes a difference, I've got a bridge to sell you, my people. Can you not see further than the two political parties? If I gave you a choice of two things, to have that both destroy you as a people from my one hand, should you take that as a compliment? Oh, he's giving me the choice. It's still linked to the same system, to the same upper echelon. It's the illusion of choice. It's magic tricks. We in 2025 should vote in a very physical manner. That doesn't include putting paper in a flipping box. It does nothing! Everyone who goes up there, right? Allegedly, everyone who goes up there to be voted in by you has been blackmailed to hell and back to do the bidding of those who are blackmailing them. They're all part of secret orders where they have to fuck kids. Those time is coming. Stop voting, people. Don't be fucking stupid. Open your eyes. We got Blessed in Content coming up next. Track number 5. Yes, now. Blessed now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Practice What You Preach is the title of the record we're listening to by the band Testament. Yes. Blessed in Contempt is the title of this one. This title list goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression, who recommended this on the Patreon. It's been a decent record so far. All right. I feel last couple of tunes, the quality of the riffage has declined somewhat. So I've got my fingers crossed that this one's going to be a rager. Let's go. Come on now. Nice to get a bit of speed for a change. Ooh! Flipping sick. Back to good standard there. Like the higher tempo pace to that. The riffs are phenomenal. Fantastic riffage. This is why I disagree with people talking about tech thrash. Bro, why do we need a tech thrash? Have you heard how tight these riffs are? The only thing tech thrash can provide is abnormal time signatures. And I don't want that. I want 4/4. Give it to me, doctor. This is fantastic. The riffage is fantastic. Why is this thrash and not tech thrash? I ask you that. It's more technical than what most tech bands actually do. Brilliant. Blessed in Contempt. Great tune. Great tune. Greenhouse Effect coming up next, yeah? There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in. Off screen, I cracked open a bottle of white wine. So, we're enjoying the night tonight. It's a great band to enjoy some jovial feelings. I'm enjoying myself. We had a hardcore punk band from maybe Canada perform tonight over here. A band called Bootlicker. Dance floor was moving. We're jumping in. Testament, Greenhouse Effect on the album Practice What You Preach, track 6 of 10. Let's go. Quality might be a bit shit because it comes with a music video. Bruh, I'm not changing it to the proper audio. This is what Testament wants us to listen to. This is what Testament has put out on the playlist. To be fair, the quality is terrible. I'm going to put the actual version on one moment because I don't want to. It's too bad. Let's go, shall we? This guy's a hater. He was on the last one as well, and I didn't quote him, but Dr. Trichome says, strange how this is their only good album, and it's the greatest heavy metal album of all time. Trippy, everything after this one is really shit. Like, really bad. It's a crazy statement, but pff. You tell me if it's wrong or right. Come on now. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ooh. Them riffs are so sick, man. Them harmonies. Flipping sick, mate. Proper good. Proper good. Proper good. Was it best track on the record? No. Was it flipping good? Yes. Duh. Very good. I love these riffs. These riffs are right up my alley. Like, I love these mid-tempo choke Expedition 33. Oh, don't look into the number 33, people. You don't want to do that. But that was crazy. I'm stuttered and buttered. We're going to move on to Sins of Omission coming up next. Yes, now bless now, people. Do not forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in, listening to Testament with track number 7 of 10 on Practice What You Preach, being Sins of Omission. This entire album listen through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression. Put some respect on that. Let's go. This has been a really good record so far. This has been really good. These riffs sound really fun to play, you know? Let's go. Oh! Bruh, this is a dance floor riff, this. If it was a hardcore band playing this to a bunch of dudes into hardcore music, it'd kick off. Great mosh riffs, great dance floor riffs. Get your dancing shoes on, come on. Heavy metal, come on now. Digga, 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 digga. Put some respect on this dude. He says, I could never have predicted that pot would be lit. Oh, wrong comment. Says, I don't drink beer much and blah, 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 but this morning I'm having the breakfast of champions, Budweiser, bruh. Nothing better than cracking a can open or a bottle on a morning. Come on now, people. Come on now. Am I supposed to be promoting bad habits? Of course not. But there's nothing better, come on. Smoking a bifter at the start of the day just puts you on your arse for the rest of the day. I've been there, done that. Doesn't compare to cracking open a can in the shower. Come on now. True alcoholic vibes tonight, alright, people? We're listening to Thrash, come on. Bruh, if you're a proper metalhead, like if you're into your thrash and whatnot, and you're not an alcoholic, come on. You're not doing well enough, unfortunately. Come on, you're not a proper mosher. Powerhouse of a record, this, isn't it? Powerhouse, the production does it justice, man. Powerhouse of a record. It just sounds great. When I say it sounds great, not necessarily purely, you know, the tones and the guitars and the instrumentation, but the way it's produced, it's just, it's a very, very professional sounding sound. That was Sins of Omission, track number 7. It started off really good. I felt like it got a bit dead by the midway point, personally. I don't think it was that good from there on, but that's my personal taste. Let's keep on moving. The ballad. What? And we're kicking off with an image of them both playing acoustic guitars. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'll see you there. Yes, now blessed now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. Don't forget the rest now. Testament. The ballad. I think we know what's in store. Practice what you preach is what we're listening to. This is track 8 of 10. Shall we jump in? Sipping on a Pinot Grigio tonight, people. You know what? I'd love to have space to have my own pool or snooker table. You know, listen to some cool information, an audio book, a podcast of sorts, maybe just enjoy some music. just have a little bit of meditation and become good at performing. Well, I guess it's not necessarily a performance as much as it is playing pool. And the idea of playing, although it is valuable, it just seems a little bit cheap to me. But play is good, expression is good, regression is good, you know. That guy's a famous actor, innit? This guy's voice is better when he's performing in the metal sense. Like, melodically speaking, you know, he still sings, doesn't he? He doesn't just make a load of noise for the sake of it. It's not Cannibal Corpse. But his singing voice isn't great. Now this is where you come in with the distortion. Put some respect on James Duncan. James Duncan says, always brings me back to being the lonely kid on the playground with the Walkman. Put some respect on James the Outcast. That's a metalhead right there. I'll give that a thumbs up. Audio quality is shocking. Come on now. DB.
What's the fear? Fear no more. Show my conscience what fears for. Now I know this is so real. What's done is done, so do as you will. Keeping alive.
That tune, the ballad, what we just listened, that was dead. It was a shit track. It was. I'm sorry, people. It was dead. That was terrible. It was terrible. Nope. Leave the ballads to Metallica. They can do a good ballad. This was rubbish. This was rubbish. And you know why it's cringe? Because they didn't feel confident in it themselves. That's why they entitled it The Ballad instead of a literal song title. It's just like, here's the ballad, people. No, not good enough. Not good enough. You didn't approach that with the bollocks I want you to when it comes to writing and composing a good ballad. Not good enough. Nightmare, coming back to you, coming up next. Yes, now. Bless now. Don't forget the rest now. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Nightmare, coming back to you. Bring it on back to you. Don't stop. Bring it on back to you. Practice What You Preach, track 9 of 10 on Testament's album. Practice What You Preach. This entire listen through goes out to my friend Extreme Aggression. Let's jump in. This is a brief one at 2:20. Let's go. Hardcore. Big Muff says the only song on the record that is not mind-numbingly half-pace riffage. Some people just want to go fast. Some people just want to go fast. Let's go. This might as well be a hardcore punk song in my opinion. This is dance floor central. "22 comments is crazy. Bloom. Ba-bow, ba-bow. Great tune. I like the energy to that one. Yeah, that hit the nail on the head. That was good. That was a nice little shindig, that. Put some respect on that one. Nightmare, coming back to you. Good tune. We're finishing off with Confusion. Fusion. Next. All right. Yes, now, bless now, people. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Confusion. Fusion is the title of this one. It's the last track of the record. We've been listening to Practice What You Preach by Testament. Big T. This title listen through has gone out to my friend Extreme Aggression who recommended us on the Patreon. Let's finish off, shall we? Listen, Mr. Ulrich. This is a hearable bass guitar. Why is he talking to the drummer of the band about the bass? And why has it got 30 thumbs up? The whole hating Lars thing. I don't get it too much. I don't get it too much other than the Napster thing, but the Napster thing's just like they were a band that didn't want to get their intellectual property stolen. They actually stood up for the musician, but I don't know too much about all of that, so maybe I'm wrong. But it seems to me like they just stood up for musicians and creators by doing that, because the musician gets fuck all. Musician gets bummed by everyone in the industry, which it should be the polar opposite, but the creative artist thinks with the creative mind, not the logical mind. So the logical people go into the business and they use and abuse. The masculine abuses the feminine per se, because the feminine is the principle of creation, right? Childbirth and the birthing of ideas and so forth. And I don't want to get esoteric with this, come on now, but being a consumer as well as a creator, if you can find it for free, get it for free, people. Come. If I'm a musician, right, and I create, and I wouldn't like people taking my stuff for free, then I have a right to say, go and get that shit for free, people. Don't support the artist. This is King of the Pit TV. We don't support the artists over here. We just support the Patreon of King of the Pit TV. Support me over there, yeah? Now, all jokes aside, the majority of videos I do on here actually generates money for, at the very least, the labels of the artists I cover, because it is intellectual property in this day. It's 2025. Like, the algorithm understands you're listening to somebody else's intellectual property and so pays them per view, right? It's the royalties. So if anything, I'm a bit of a non-profit charitable organisation. Come on now, people. I only just clocked onto that. I could be a philanthropist. I could literally say I do charity work for the bands. Come on now. Not only do the artists get bummed by the labels, I do too. Come on now. Let's go. This is an instrumental. Bum bum bum. That was the worst outro track of all time. The worst end track of all time. Come on. I don't need to hear that as the last track. You could have thrown a vocal on there. Could have at least thrown a vocal on there, you know? A little bit of an instrumental in a different sense, but the energy that track was providing was not appropriate for the last track. It was not. It quite simply was not. So that sucks. That was, yeah, that was a bad choice for the last track. Bad choice for the last track. I'm going to do one last video where I tell my final thoughts on this record and we'll call it a day. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now. Don't forget the rest now. It's Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. Testament. Okay, that's Testament. That's Tango, Echo, Sierra, Tango, Alpha, Mike, Echo, November, Tango. I only said it 3 times prior to that. So we've just listened to this album. It was recommended by my good friend Extreme Aggression, who recommended this on the Patreon. The record was Practice What You Preach, all right? 10 tracks of thrash metal goodness. This was released in 1989. Quite possibly, as far as the audio of the... the higher quality audio we heard as opposed to the music video audio, this could be remastered. I wouldn't be surprised if it was remastered, but there's no clear indication if it was or wasn't. This was a good sounding record. It sounded really good. I mean, when I say it sounded good, it sounded really good. No extra frills, no overt technological prowess which rids of the actual attention to the performance of the band, the writing of the band, the product of the band. But for 1989, absolutely pristine production value. Really good. Really good. The riffs on this record, incredible. I'm not a tech guy. I don't want to hear a guy showing off. I just want to hear a guy playing good sounding stuff. And the riffs sound fantastic. I like mid-pace riffs. I like heavy riffs. I like stodgy, smooth guitar tones and distortions. I like technicality that is also melodically marketable. Not like just shred for the sake of it. The riffage on this record was fantastic, really good. The drumming was fantastic, punk-infused thrash, the good sort of thrash. Not the heavy metal thrash, the punk thrash, really good. Vocally, it was okay. Just Hetfield, innit, really? It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great, but there's worse vocalists out there. The bass tone was great. Good high end to that bass. Pops. Great presence. Did its job. A few little backing vocals here and there. Gang vocals. They were powerful. They were clear. They were concise. Overall, this was a great record. The track The Ballad sucked. Throw it off. That's not because I'm averse to a band showing the polarity and giving a little bit of softness with the hard, but it's just they didn't invest into The Ballad. There was a clear indication of a bit of insecurity with that track through its writing, its composition, its performance, and the fact they entitled it The Ballad, The people like it though. The view count was half decent. The last track was a instrumental. Fuck it off. Unnecessary. 8 tracks is the perfect amount of material on an album. I think if you want a timeless album, make sure that your songs are long enough and go for 8 tracks. No more, no less. Honestly, 8 is the magic number. And in numerology, 8 is the number of money. So it goes hand in hand with that. I'm not saying that you need to believe this or that, but I'm saying, on a different level, number 8 is the number of money, and it seems to me that number 8 is the number of, legacy as far as great records are concerned. Whether that be, hey, maybe the powers that be are aware of that and push forward those albums that had 8. You know, run the industry, a lot of mystical and magical people, right? So, this was a great record. Great mid-tempo stomp, great dance riffs. The choruses are okay, the hooks are okay. I'd rather them be there than not, but a bit cringe from time to time. Overall, this is great metal. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I would give it more. I'd give it a 7.5, given that there was less of a downside with the criticism I had there. But overall, this was a really good record. It's just in the realms of thrash metal. You know, it's going to take a heavy-duty record to have me rate it an 8 and upwards. It's going to take something golden at this point in my life. But the reason is because I like thrash metal and I've heard thrash metal quite a few times in my lifetime. So it's to the benefit of the bands. Right, I'm signing out, people. See you next time. Peace. Goodbye.